Hello and welcome to the second episode of WiseBoys, previously known as Weekly Crack. But after shooting the first episode, Ashwin and I realized that it's we can neither do it weekly nor have enough energy for it to be called Crack. So
Yeah.
it's WiseBoys now.
Well, when I saw the WhatsApp group, I thought it was just a joke, but you know, I
So
think
it
next
was-
week you should have a newer name.
Yeah, maybe that could be a thing. New guest, new name.
Yeah.
And yeah, this week we have with us Vaibhav Raj.
Hi, Vaibhav.
Yeah, hi
Yeah.
Vaibhav.
Yeah, hi, Hardik and Ashwin.
If you want to just introduce yourself.
Yeah. So I'm in the same batch as Hardik and Ashwin, studying computer science. And so I'm originally from Bihar. I don't think you can see that in my Hindi accent as well.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay, good. And throughout my childhood, I've been in West Bengal, like since my birth
Yeah.
till class 10, I guess. So I understand and can speak Bengali. And thereafter, I went to Kota. Then currently, I live in Delhi.
Right.
So yeah. Apart from that, I mean, I have been to a very normalish kind of a school.
Okay.
So it's Kendriya
So you
Vidyalaya.
didn't have those kids with 3 arms or 4 eyes or anything.
Hey, what do you mean by normalish?
So the table tennis table in
Yeah.
our school was on a wooden platform, and that wooden platform was at an elevation with respect to the ground. So when you step on the
Elevation with the ground. I mean,
So it's like-
playing
it's like-
badminton with the ping pong.
no, it's like this is the ground.
Huh?
Then on top of that they put some rods, and on top of that they laid this wooden floor. There's this big gap. So when you like put your feet on it, say in a harsher manner, when you are trying to like scare your opponent,
Right.
there will be this sound that you can feel.
A tremor. Okay.
Not
But-
exactly a tremor. I mean, basically, you are kind of afraid that it could break. anytime.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why was it that necessary to play table tennis? Why put the lives of all these kids in danger?
So no one played that. So basically, it was just the sports room where the sports teacher was expected to sit. So now they just put everything that they thought wasn't so useful. So 5 or 6 basketballs. None of
Right.
all of them had some tears or something.
Oh,
Does this happen in all schools? Because even in my school, the PT teachers were discipline enforcers. You're fine
Yeah, exactly.
collectors.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
just stood in all places to see if you're not wearing a sock, if you're just wearing one sock.
Oh yeah, that bullshit.
Oh, does this happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People wearing one sock.
If you're not wearing the same sock, same colored sock on both your feet.
Yeah, so I think
notice all that. Yeah, well,
I think I think there's a school prescribed sock, right, that you should wear.
Yeah, I just used to get mixed up with my unicorn and a
So then I think you were also in a pretty normalish school.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about DPS and all those things where people have people have games like squash and all. So
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't have any of
Yeah,
that.
I
I
never
didn't have
played
that
that
either.
game.
They had a huge ground, but because I was in a because I was in a Fiji integrated program, I wasn't allowed to go play all those things. I think, but besides, I think the rest of the students there were permitted to go to the field. But it's like if it's summer, it's too hot to play outside. If it's winter, it's too cold to play outside. So the only time that they used to permit was 10 days in the spring.
But so
During the PTM meet,
live in
during the annual
Chennai
PTM
and
meet.
You are calling Chennai too cold.
In the winter, it
15
does
degrees-
become
15 degrees.
the monsoon winter period. It does become a bit cold.
How much? The temperature approx.
They
Maybe-
classify around 30-35 degrees as cold.
See, I'm from Delhi. So.
yeah.
Yeah, you should not say that in front of me.
No, the school does so that people don't go to the field. They don't have to do any work there. Yeah, they constantly beat it out and everything.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Even I had a very normalish school. We had table tennis, and that was about it.
No. So technically, I didn't have table tennis.
Right,
We used to play
right.
kho
Right.
and football, cricket, basketball, all on the
yeah.
same pitch,
Yeah.
on the same
okay.
ground.
Oh, okay.
I mean, pitch, ground,
Pitch, ground, court.
yeah, court, yeah, exactly. And then a volleyball come badminton court,
Right. That
ground.
sounds like a disgusting thing.
Yeah. No, but so we had the Ganges just flowing by the side. So
Ah,
there are other options as well,
right. So
Like
it was-
swimming?
it was-
What are the options?
like swimming till you die. No, you can't cross that. Come on, like
Okay, right.
it's just like
Well, what do you mean by other options? What
So,
are the
I mean,
can you do?
you could cross the
the back of a buffalo or something?
no, you could cross the boundary of the school and get into that.
Oh, right. Oh, swim through the Ganges to the other side.
Cross the the entire river, but I think that's too hard because I think even there the speed is too much for someone to cross it. I mean, if at least for kids, because I don't think kids should be
So this Ganges was flowing inside. Was it flowing inside the school? Inside the school
Do you really
perimeter?
expect my school to
No, the perimeter.
so
No,
wide?
the school
No,
perimeter. No, it was just
it
no,
outside.
it's
was
like
just outside.
yeah.
Just outside. Okay.
No, I don't think any institution, any building, any society
Ah,
can be built
ah,
across the river.
I just think of you as posh. So
No, it's
maybe,
not posh.
maybe it has a.
That's what he was
It's
trying
like-
to establish
Okay,
in
yeah.
the first.
Yeah.
So maybe a prefect or something
Uh,
in your school.
I
a leader of
think I
some kind.
was. So, see, I studied only till class 10. So, I think they had school captain in class 5 and class 12. I think I was school captain in class 5, but I'm not pretty sure.
You're not sure? That means you just went and
It's a
stood
blur.
there.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Whether
That was in my previous school. So, I'm
there was an
pretty
empty
confused
spot,
about
you
it.
just stood there.
No, so I truly don't remember. Like, I was something like the monitor or representative of the class, all that. At times, but mostly in our case, it used to be the girls who were like pretty energetic about all this.
Ah,
I don't know
But we
why.
are-
I think that is a pretty common trait.
yeah.
Well, in
What
my
is
school,
that
it was
about?
a purely boys' school.
Oh, it was all
Yeah.
boys school.
Yeah, all boys' school. Even back in Jeddah, where I was in Saudi Arabia for around most of my childhood. Boys' school and here too, back in Chennai, it was a all boys' school too.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. So that pretty much explains.
it explains a lot of my
Yeah.
character. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, being in a boys' school it sucks, as we say. But what's worse is being in a co-ed school in quotes. But then you know what the atmosphere is like. Like Narayana, the atmosphere might as well just be a boys' school.
So you were in Hyderabad, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you know a lot of people in our batch
Yeah,
already from there.
Yeah, like I think the other day we were counting and it's like 13 people from
13.
13.
Only 1-3. I guess
Yeah.
the number should have been like way higher.
In CSE, I think this
Yeah,
was just
obviously.
CSE.
In CSE.
Yeah, just 13.
Oh.
I'm getting a bit confused about who's conducting the podcast and who's the guest here.
Yeah. No, it's okay. We can all discuss.
Yeah,
this
just,
stuff.
Yeah,
kidding,
it's a
yeah.
discussion, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was telling about my school and then I went to Kota.
How's Kota like?
It's good. I mean, if you have your parents with you, which I had my mom staying with me for the entirety of the 2 years.
Oh, that's very
2.5
nice.
years. So in that case, it's good. So otherwise, people complain about the mess food and all that. So, well, actually, even those people in Allen in my batch who didn't come with their parents, I think they got pretty good, pretty well treated by the Allen hostel. I think that hostel is called Samunnat, and there they have like so a TT court, a TT table, and then they have a gym. They have the mess,
Wow.
which is really well maintained, and thankfully pure veg, because the people at the top of Allen are all veg and all that. So
Uh,
And do you have a coupon code for us that we can use at this batch of
no, I'm sorry, you can't. So if you are if you're one of the famous guys over there, you could also have a big birthday party in that
Oh.
mess. So one of our batchmates had that.
That actually happened to me. I wasn't one of the big famous guys in my.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I knew your name, I guess.
Really?
So I have seen your name very frequently recently. I mean, after coming to college, so that's why I can't exactly distinguish. But I think I have
Okay.
seen your name in the past.
Oh, okay. But no, I wasn't like, at least in the campus, I used to keep my head down and just study and everything.
My name.
I mean-
my name.
I was in the middle of a story.
Yeah, so I knew Ravichandran Ashwin.
People often mistake me. Well,
Yeah, so I wasn't that big, but I had parents who were always over the top. So my 18th birthday, I was just studying, and my parents, I get a call from the reception that like, your parents are here. They come down and they've got this cake and everything set up in the dining area. And I'm trying to tell them these guys aren't really my friends. We just study together.
So how long did you even talk to those people? I mean,
What do you mean on that
per day? Per day.
Per day, it was just about studies.
Hey,
Like-
did you solve this question?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
to
yeah.
solve this?
Essentially. Or what are you doing for physics? Oh, this topic. What are you checking out here? Yeah, we didn't discuss anything like where you from. Yeah, we didn't ask basic questions like where you from, do you have a sibling or something.
So I think you should call them to the podcast so
Yeah,
that you can
that's a
know
good
them.
idea. That's a good idea. We
So
should
you
get in
can
touch
finally
with
get to know them after
Yeah.
having been with them for what
Yeah.
5-6 years.
And if you see any of the photos from that birthday party, I'm not smiling. I'm just staring at my parents like, what the fuck is going
We are
on?
like this, just looking at them tangentially. But so did you talk to them, like your batchmates in Telugu or?
Yeah. So, like I said, most of the discussions were on the papers, and yeah, I picked up a bunch of their phrases like, "Did you do that question? Are the AKC results out?" Stuff like that.
But on the contrary, I had a really good time with my friends in school. So, sorry, this was trying that out. But because it was an integrated thing, and we didn't have a really strict coaching environment there. There were a lot of fun
Right.
times in school. But the problem was, I was the only day scholar in a batch of around 80 people. Who the rest of them were hostlers.
Oh, so you
So they were residents of a hostel block there, and I had to daily, travel, have a transit from my house back to the school. So the weekends I was alone at home. I'd only meet them during the weekdays.
Kind of sad, man.
Yeah, but still better than Hardik.
What? No.
you know, considering this, I mean, you are pretty happy about your experience. I think that Kota is what you want it to be. So there are people who treat Kota like Narayana is. I mean, they are just in the room studying all day, coming out just for food and all that. And there are people who can just who you will mostly find in the TT room or in the gym, like, and even then it's not like they are not studying. They are still studying. They still end up doing pretty good, being in good places.
Right.
So I think over there the environment is pretty mixed, and it depends on you.
Right.
But actually, like, my actual coaching journey started in class 7. So I joined FITG in class 7.
Right.
And that was mainly because my elder brother, he was in class 10, so he's 3 years elder to me. And he used to go to FITG, which was 25 kilometers away. So like a 2-hour journey. So we first take the local train.
This is in
This
Bengal,
is
right?
Kolkata, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So because I didn't exactly live in Kolkata, I used to live on the outskirts of the place called Kolkata. So we used to take the local train, then the metro, and then like a 15-minute walk to the center. So I have been doing this since like class 7.
Right. That makes sense.
Yes. So that's how I spent my weekends in my formative years, class 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a weekend class.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it was a regular school, not a coaching school.
Right.
So it was a Kendriya Vidyalaya. So have you guys heard of Kendriya Vidyalayas like in the past?
Yeah.
I mean, not because of the KVIIT public, but in
No,
general.
but I've heard. My mother used to cite them whenever she wanted to recall an example of a professor throwing a duster at someone. She used to be like, Kendra Vidyalaya mein aise hota tha.
Yeah, so that's why I called it a normal school.
Yeah.
Did you? No.
Yeah, Kendriya Vidyalaya was back there. It was like a really prestigious school that he wanted to go to, but turns out it isn't. It's a government school. I didn't even know it was. I knew it was a government school. I thought it was like prestigious as IITs, but it turns out it isn't. People don't want to.
Do
go
you know
to
that
KVs
Kendriya
here.
means central?
No, that's yeah. I knew it was a government school.
Okay,
but I thought it was as prestigious as the IITs.
It could be.
But we
If
had
you
a lot
want
of
it to be.
discussion back in Jeddah that I wish I could have been in Kendriya Vidyalaya.
I'm pretty
then,
sure nothing like this happened. He's just making it up. So you must have some KVs in Jeddah as well, I guess. No, I think they have some.
Like they are like black sites for Indian governments.
Okay.
KVs. Yeah. So,
What?
like a CIA black site for Indian governments. Maybe
It's
if
hidden.
the KVs do exist there,
Raw
it may be
raw
black
centers
sites for
inside
Indian
Kendriya
governments.
Vidyalaya.
Right.
So Vaibhav,
Yes.
tell us about your recent interest in sports and everything,
Yeah.
or your tastes in culture. What's
Well,
your
so
take on
let's start with sports because I think I would have more to say there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even in the earlier days, I used to enjoy. I think around 2013-14, or actually when India won the Cricket World Cup, I used to follow cricket a lot, and I used to follow IPL. And Mumbai Indians have always been my favorite because when I started watching, and like this happens in each and every sport that I follow, I look at the sport and there's this big name. So at that time it was Sachin, and I start following the team that he is in. So India and
Yeah, that's
Mumbai
how it.
Indians.
Yeah, that's how it works.
so even in football, I started watching football, and there's Messi and Ronaldo. Obviously, there's a choice. I chose Messi, and then Barcelona and Argentina and all that. So yeah, in cricket, I started to follow cricket, and then if you remember, I mean, you were not in India, I guess, at that time, but if you remember at that time, when you used to buy Cheetos or Lays, one of these, I guess, you used to get a cricket attacks card with it.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, then there was this slab attacks for WWE, and
we had those Angry Birds cards in the middle.
What do you mean
I-
cards? Just cards in
Like-
chips. It's covered with all those.
no. So there's a
Masala and
plastic, there's a
everything?
plastic bag.
Oh, so
so it's like-
you
it's like-
collect that
yeah.
and do something with that. Or
So
just
you collect that and you do something.
just
right?
put it in
That's
a-
a-
put it in
that's
a
a very-
showcase or something. No,
Yeah.
do you have a
That's
game
a-
that goes?
That was a very weak marketing campaign for that. So
Yeah.
cards, you
Yeah,
collect
just
them,
collect,
you do something with them.
Yeah, so you
Can't believe we are
you do know
naive
that
enough to-
collectors exist, right? Like people who collect things. You
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
that they exist,
but
right?
but not cards dipped in the potato chips.
no.
No, it's in a protective bag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a plastic bag that covers it, and then that has all the. Like,
Right,
and,
okay.
and the oil goes inside the plastic bag most of the time.
no. I had I kept my cards so in such a secret fashion, like
Ah.
you should not make them dirty. I mean, that's what he told my brother. But
No, but at the end, what do you do with the cards?
so there are things like
So they're just
you know,
collectibles.
No, so I mean, batting, bowling, fielding. There are these attributes on those cards for each and every player.
So it's score for them.
Yeah, so a score that you can make the game you want out of that.
Ah.
But then, so basically, our friend circle used to collect those cards, and then we used to exchange them. You know, we used to trade them because I have two of Gautam Gambhir, so what can I do with it, right? So we used to trade them. So
Right.
actually, they were called trading cards, I guess. Yeah, so I used to follow cricket and WWE, obviously. I mean, do you call that a sport? I would call that entertainment. But
Yeah,
Entertainment,
yeah, but after that, I stopped following cricket because I felt it's the same.
Did you, when you were watching WWE, did you know that it was fake, or did you just assume that everything was happening? Oh, yeah, believe everything?
Well, I think in the earliest years, I was too small to realize. I mean,
because even I didn't realize that it
I
was
don't
real.
remember exactly. You know, people used to say it's fake. Some people used to say no, it's real. So I never used to think too much about it. Okay, let's just watch it.
Yeah.
Who cares? I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
that's
that
fine.
we should not try this at home or school. So actually, earlier they just used to show something like don't try this at home. So that's why I used to go to school. But then they added that line.
Yeah.
And yeah, thereafter PKS started Pro Kabaddi League, if you remember.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I really started playing kabaddi.
You play kabaddi?
So I mean, anyone can play kabaddi, right? So there are like 5 or 6 rules. So you can tell them to anyone. So
Don't let the girls play.
so I think you should rethink that statement because I think girls also play kabaddi a lot.
Right,
it was
but
joking.
if it's a
Yeah.
boys' game, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, so it's like we used to play it in our class itself, and then the girls used to complain about us.
Ah, right.
You used to play in the class.
Yeah,
So
so
you used to
what
just
was
shift all the benches outside.
no. So
We used to play on the bench.
No. That's man.
That's the second rule. Don't play on the benches.
Yeah. So there are all the benches, and then there's space in front of it for the teacher to walk and teach.
Okay, you
right?
used to play there.
Yeah, we used
So,
to play
so the
there.
teacher's just teaching
Yes,
biology,
yeah.
and you guys are going ahead.
Yeah,
Kabaddi, kabaddi.
kabaddi. And then le panga. If you remember the tagline. So yeah, so after that, so I used to do this in Fiji as well. So we were a bunch of people who used to watch PKL, and then we used to play there. But then some people
Just
admin
act
guys
it out or actually play kabaddi?
actually play kabaddi. Like
Oh, wow.
people are tackling,
Oh,
doing
Ah.
stuff. So in school. So this one time there
But
was
the classroom, I'm assuming it doesn't really rough. So you just slide it.
no, so
someone
it's
out
just like
the line.
floor.
Yeah,
The
you
usual-
can
This is
easily
hard.
someone slide.
This is hard.
You can.
Yeah, so
no, I don't think that was his concern. That was just my concern.
what?
Oh.
That this floor is hard and it hurts.
No,
me.
so it hurts. So yeah, that,
No,
that-
but you can easily slide someone through it, right? Just pull a man through he won't be
I
able
think
to
that's a
stop.
part of kabaddi because even kabaddi is played on sand or something, right?
Yeah, that's
so,
what-
no, so they have their mat, which I don't know what. like,
But
which-
there's some friction in there.
I mean, see, I've never been to a
Okay.
professional kabaddi court, and mostly, as far as I know, like there's sand, like the usual kabaddi. I mean, in rural India, I think they use sand. So
okay.
that's it. I mean, okay, people can slide on it. So that can also be used as a tactic. So you slide and you touch someone and then you run away. But
They're
whatever.
just pushing the other person out of the other line. Just go on.
No, so obviously we didn't use those dimensions. So even in normal rooms there are these lines, right? So we just use these lines as our
Right. Okay.
Right.
like whatever outlines, balk lines, and all that.
We used to have pen fights in my class.
Oh, yeah, I
I
had
also
that
used to
too.
have pen fights, but then
We used to collect all the grips that you see in the pen. Just fit.
So you
5 or
should not
6.
disrespect Vidya. So that's why
Okay.
I stopped playing it.
But if it is empty, if it has an empty refill, is that still considered a video? Because we used to write and see how appropriate the weight is and use more of it so that the refill becomes more or less. So
Sure.
that gets balanced.
Obviously, you can tune that, right? Obviously.
Want to make a joke about disrespecting Vidya?
Yeah,
I broke that rule in
yeah.
8th grade.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, so did you have hand cricket?
Yeah, we used to.
Yeah. So actually, I really enjoyed it till people brought those 100, 200, 50.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A hand of a panda and that's 100.
Yeah. I mean,
A full palm and this is a 5. Just
Yeah, this is a 5.
a fist and that's a billion or
yeah,
something.
no, a fish
And you
is
just
like
put a
1,000.
billion.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, I never got hand cricket.
Yeah, so
Stayed out
it's
of it.
just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's it. The thumb is 6.
Yeah, the same way with so stone, paper, scissors. There's a snake. What is snake hunter? And a gun. And a machine gun. What is that? They just want to expand the game too much. They just
No, that's just spoiling the game. So yeah, I used to play vanilla hand cricket. So yeah, I was a big fan, and I was a really good bowler over there. So I mean, if you do see a distinction, you need those skills.
What kind of skills? Oh, read the mind.
So when you're, I mean, I think it is pretty symmetrical, but yeah, when you're bowling, you need to read your opponent's mind.
Yeah, but they do play some of them too frequently, and you can easily guess that.
So
They aren't really random enough.
So do you think real cricket is random enough? I don't think so. So over there as well, you can study bonus, right? So,
Yeah.
So I don't want to show this image that we used to study each other's
Right. Yeah.
thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah, we obviously got to know that over after a few weeks. So I used to use 4 a lot, and 4 with my thumb instead of the usual 4 fingers. So this looks cool, like really cool, right? Yeah.
And also you can easily confuse. Hey, I put a 5. Not a
No,
4.
no. No cheating, man. Please, please don't break the sanctity of the game. It's really sacred.
What else did you do? What other stories do you have of Kota?
What other?
Interesting story about Kota.
So I didn't do much in Kota. So no sports, no cultural activities, and so actually the only time I think I stepped into the ground was when we went for our physical education exam, and they asked us to run.
You had a physical education exam?
So I had physical education as the 5th subject.
What were the exam questions?
So not. I mean, are you talking about the theory paper or the?
No, the practical thing.
Yeah. So they asked us to run, and I think 100 meters or 50 meters.
Just take your own time. This one.
No. So 4 people in a batch or something.
Okay.
And then if you came last in that, you still pass.
I mean, I did pass, right? So no, I was not last. So I strategically chose one guy who had to run with me. I mean, I asked him to run with me. And he also thought that I might be a weaker opponent, but as you might know, I'm not.
He runs really fast.
Really?
Thanks.
What's your secret?
Well, I don't have any.
Oh.
That's the secret. But
No steroids.
yeah. But yeah, overall, other than that, so we then
Just keeps throwing objects from there. So
we then played football after that physical education exam, and that's it.
okay.
So
that must
was
have been fun.
kind of, because so yeah, my interest had shifted from cricket to football by the time I was in Kota, but other people, they don't really understand the spirit of football. So like finding gaps, all that. So people are like 5 people just at the ball. Yeah,
just kicking each other.
No, not even at the ball.
But the ball is like at that place and it's still kicking.
Yeah, they're at the goal. Like 5 people at the goal. What the hell are you doing, man? Like they're all just like pass. They don't even know what the fuck offside is, right? So yeah.
Do you sing or dance? You have cultural preferences?
No, I don't sing. I don't
I
dance.
recently noticed your involvement in an interest in music. Like,
So-
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, so that is mostly induced because. So
From your peers?
Yeah.
Influence from peers.
So I was in Hyderabad like last summer, 2022, and my roommate was Bakre over there.
Bakre.
Yeah, and then he used to listen to songs a lot, and then everyone was amazed that like, how I don't even listen to a single song throughout the day.
Right.
Right? I think does Arpan listen to songs?
Arpan, yeah, he often sings too.
Oh yeah. So all Bengalis do that, but yeah. So yeah, I think they found it pretty weird. And overall, so after the intern season was over and all that, I started listening to some Hindi songs, and I mostly like the older songs like Kishore Kumar,
Oh, same.
Huh.
Lata Mangeshkar. That's because my father used to like, play them at home.
Right.
I mean, he used to sing them like this winter when I went back to home.
What happened?
So,
Okay.
he still sings
He
them.
still
but-
sings them.
Yeah, he still sings, but I am not there to hear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty dark, man. So yeah, I went back home this winter and I was just playing these songs on Spotify, and just there's not been a single word of the song, just the music, and he can guess the song.
Yeah,
Huh.
my mother has similar skills.
Yeah, and for so many songs, and some of them even I haven't heard till date. Like he can just like tell me what the next line is.
Yeah.
So that's like a pretty big power, right?
No, my home it was just bhajan all day. My mother didn't allow me to switch it off, so I used to watch TV over the bhajan playing in the background. So we used to have serial music playing over the bhajan, like really emotional.
Yeah, that's what I find annoying about having my grandmother over. She knows how to work a smartphone now. So every 5 minutes she'll be like, "Oi." She has like one bhajan that she looks up all the time and she keeps playing that bhajan song.
So I think you will find me pretty irritating as well because I keep playing the same song on loop.
Songs are
Forever.
fine. With the bhajan, it's annoying.
Well, it depends. So this also happens in my home. Like I think mostly in the mornings, but yeah, I think towards the evening.
So like even
time.
when you're going in the car, my father has a separate USB. Like when he's alone, he listens to party music and he just plays the bhajan and says, "You need good marks, Ashwan. Listen to bhajan."
So I think you'll do the same to your kids, right?
Yeah.
So you
Sure,
won't
yes,
obviously
yes, of
you won't
course.
obviously show them your liked songs on Spotify, right? Mundi Badnaam Hui and all that. I want to be around when you. I mean, obviously I will be, but I want to be in the same place as you, so that I can tell your kids.
That I listen to
Okay.
all these songs.
Yeah, I mean your favorites, your taste, what exactly you enjoyed, right?
I'm going to embarrass the hell out of them. I'll dance to that song at parties. I'll dance to Sheila Ki Jawani and I'll make them go through that. I have a lot of things planned.
This sounds like the
well-
start of a movie where Ashwin died without having.
I mean, you should think about that, right? Like,
Speaking about death, have you ever wondered there's those videos that play in the beginning and then they introduce the death of a character? Before they introduce the death of the character, they play a sort of montage of the actor, just waking up. There's a camera following him through. He's cooking something. There's a camera following that, capturing all these actions.
Do you have a movie in mind? I can't
yeah,
think
yeah.
of
It looks like you have a movie in mind.
I don't have a movie in mind. It just
No,
came to me. as-
The cooking part.
Yeah.
No, when you die, they do in the memoriam section. There's just your picture. There's no video of yours. What would they show in the memoriam? Just you standing like this in a pose. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't really have a
I don't
photo.
think they use.
So if I die now, the only photo they'll have is I don't know what photo. My photo with you. That's that Kalvida, and the people will just be guessing who died in this picture.
or maybe the photo of our, like,
Of
the photo
us,
that
yeah.
we have.
So back post,
for our DP, yeah.
which guy
So
died.
where are we looking? We are looking at our afterlife, right? Trying to find our afterlife in like, whatever.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
the
heavens.
sunset. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just that video is a very new format and people haven't really integrated it into
No,
funeral and
I
grieving
don't
yet.
think so. I mean, what video would you like to show?
Yeah, that's exactly. I don't have anything to show. If I die,
Why don't you film a monologue?
it's
one day?
just my WhatsApp screenshot of my
why
WhatsApp
don't you
DP.
record something like?
WhatsApp DP on the.
Why don't you record something like I am Walter Hartman?
I'm thinking of recording. I'm thinking of having.
My
having
brother-in-law Hank Schrader works in the DA. So you could have that.
I'm thinking of something having me record just waking up and then and going out.
Sorry.
No, just
Hey, what?
uncovering from my bedsheet and then going and that's capturing that on the video and then cooking and then hey, stop recording that. That
So
gets
you are
them-
saying that to yourself. I mean, yeah.
That's the video.
That's a nice idea.
So yeah, coming back to Vaibhav.
I think the next question was culture. So, I mean, do you call debating
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
recitation
No,
and all that.
no.
Elocutions.
No, we
Elocutions.
don't got because I'm debating that concept with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, but I used to do all that in school. But after that I realized that like people make it a really big thing. I feel it should be a part of the usual life that we live.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if any of you do quizzing.
No,
No.
I don't see the point of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel that all
You have to
knowledge.
keep reading. You have to keep you
all,
updated
no,
every day.
no. All knowledge that you get from even the newspaper,
Okay.
even the news, online news as well. I don't think that can help you do pretty well at that quiz because they have all these quirky things that they'll ask about some disaster, about some pedophile in 1980s. Why the fuck would you know that?
What
right?
day did he go to jail? Or what day did he rape
how
this
many
guy?
children did he eat? Right. So I mean, you're not expected to know that, right? I mean,
The dates
why-
are more difficult than that. Let's ask when did Messi injured his right knee, or when
No,
did he
no,
take
no,
insurance
no,
for his
no,
left
no.
knee or something?
No. I
Yeah,
don't.
why do you have to remember all those dates?
I don't think they even come so close to the mainstream news, right? They are
Yeah.
mostly in this whatever sphere that they are in.
It's like in northern India in 1978, there was this
There's
serial
this
killer.
guy going around saying, "Hey Ram, when was this? When did it happen?"
Yeah, so I feel that the usual quizzes that I had in school, they were pretty good, but then and similarly like debates, I think so. If you see it as a fun activity, it's good, but then people put all this prep thing
Ah.
in this. I mean, you should prepare about the topic, right? You should know things about the topic. So if any of you have watched Community,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
You which community?
yes.
That's really.
I know,
really-
right? It's so
Wow.
out of line with the personality that we know of.
He recommended Community, man. I loved it.
Did you watch all the seasons?
No, there are 2 seasons, and then it became a bit of really repetitive. So I stopped.
So I watched 4 seasons, I guess, and
I've
the
seen
fifth.
6. Yeah.
Oh wait, I have seen in -1 seasons, I guess, because at the end, each and every character starts leaving the show.
Okay.
I felt really bad because even though Pierce was not a good character,
I like that.
I liked him. I mean,
Who do you relate to? Which character do you relate to?
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you relate to Annie?
No, I relate to.
Britta.
No, I relate to the bald guy. What's
Abed.
his-
Abed. No,
Pierce.
Pierce. Yeah, I relate to Pierce very much.
the bald guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Pierce.
Pierce wasn't the
But
bald.
he was balding.
The
So
bald
I
guy.
think so. Wait.
I think the actor's name is Pierce, or no, the character's name is Pierce.
Yeah, the actor's name is Chevy Chase.
Chevy
Yeah.
Chase. Yeah, Chevy
Yeah.
Chase.
So he eventually got kicked.
I sympathize for him in every episode. He
Yeah,
being left out
exactly.
of the group.
So I really want him to be a part of the group. Then he does something good, and then he is a part of the group. But then he does something bad, and then
Yeah.
yeah. So in Community, if you have seen that debate part,
Yeah.
where that guy throws himself.
Yeah.
So I really, I mean,
Oh,
that
yes,
that
huh?
is that is the way they have debates these days. But I really like the way Jeff was speaking at the start.
Right.
So that is the original debating form, right?
Right.
So thereafter they put all these quotes from some whatever big personality. Who the hell is man? I mean, okay, they had this
Yeah.
thought. Okay, so
Convey your point.
yeah, that's gonna be a point.
Remember, I went to this one debate in 10th grade or something about smartphones versus grandparents. And
Yeah, such topics I seriously
Smart
hate them.
smartphones
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
grandparents.
like.
Oh, so which vote is necessary?
Yeah,
Are you
something
willing
like-
to kill your grandparents with your phone?
Well, not that dark, but it was something like, do we need grandparents' advice in the day of smartphones or something? Something along those lines. And I remember this one girl went on stage. She was arguing for grandparents. So she went on stage and then she just pulled out her phone. She threw it. She was instantly disqualified.
Oh,
Yeah, for that stunt. The judges didn't like that stunt.
I mean, people do understand that this is fake, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you obviously do not relate to this topic so much that you will throw your phone, right? And I think phones must not have been allowed at that event, right? Kids are not allowed to take their phones.
I don't know. They were not. It was a school thing.
Oh,
inter-school
okay.
thing.
Then they are.
I had a Toastmasters club in Jeddah, so I was part of this Toastmaster club, and every weekend we used to meet at a place, and it was kind of a So you have table topics. You can come with your own speech prepared. Table topics was the most favorite part. So
What do you do in a Toastmasters club? What is it about? What's the aim?
It's just a personality development type of class, but they're really professional speakers around you.
Oh,
So they talk. Table topics occupies the majority of the time, and then 2 or 3 people come and they have something informative to talk to you. It's there isn't much of humor involved, so I kind of try to include humor in my speeches. Well, the table topics is the highlight of the club. So you have 5 minutes to prepare on a topic, and you have to talk about that. I actually got on a flight, so talk about airplanes. So I told about the story where I was expecting a air hostess to sit beside me or something, and then that didn't really happen. Then old man sat beside me, something like that. Just make up your
So,
obsessive.
was this a group
Yeah,
of 15-year-olds?
How did they react?
No, not 15-year-olds. This happened when I was in my 8th standard.
So that is
That's
15 year old.
exactly
15
15.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know math.
You pick the exact grade where people.
Yeah. I think grade 8 is 13 years old for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
But people did use all of these stories to make people laugh.
Okay, so that was an
I
impact.
also
comedy club, right?
used to watch a lot of cartoons, and you have all these musicals that happen. I used to sing peanut butter in my tongue. Peanut butter every day. I love peanut butter. I actually sang this during one of my speeches.
Right. With that, we'll move on to the small talk round.
Yeah, I think we should move on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ashwin, for this segue.
So
Yeah.
lovely weather we're having.
Are you sure?
No, I hate this weather.
Yeah.
My nose has been blocked for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been coughing so hard for the past 2 weeks.
I think I built a good immune system after hitting the gym the last 20 or 30 days. I'm not
Right.
kind of really healthy.
Or like I said before, the viruses just don't want anything to do with your body.
Yeah.
This is too toxic for me.
Or maybe you just didn't hang out with the right people.
Yeah.
I did, sadly.
Oh, with whom?
I mean, people over here who had the cough
Okay.
and the viral fever or whatever when they just came here for more than ago.
Ah.
So you
Oh,
know,
you were here for more than a week?
no. So people who came here,
Oh, okay.
they like so on. I came here on 31st, and I went to my friends' rooms, and they were all like on the bed, like, just coughing, and there were like paracetamols,
Ah,
Dolo,
right.
cough syrups, cetirizine, and all these tablets around.
And a bunch of heroin syringes just lying on the side.
Those and they're just like, ye dawai mujhe de, just give me this medicine, and they'll take it. And out of like nowhere, like they haven't even had lunch right now. I mean, you should ideally take these after some meal, but who cares? So yeah, that's the life. And yeah, I got into some physical contact with them. So
Right.
Physical
usual
contact.
physical contact. No.
You didn't call me for that.
Right.
Well, you were busy with your other clients, right?
So did we discuss local news also?
Yeah, do you have anything? I didn't read my laptop.
The war in Ukraine. That's not local, but
So
we
I don't
pretend
think
that it's local.
I don't think that's
Pretend
recent
that's
as well. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
so
discussed that in the last episode too. So.
how long are you going to stress that, man? Yeah, so my take on that is that I feel, obviously, violence is bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't
Okay,
say that
what was your opinion in the recent BBC documentary about Moody? I think that's pretty recent.
about
You didn't let him
Modi.
finish his point.
Yeah,
about
sorry,
the-
yeah, go on, sorry.
Yeah, so about Ukraine. So obviously, violence is bad. If I don't say that, I will be cancelled. But
Yeah.
I feel so. Obviously, they should not do what they have been doing, like the
Right.
mass massacres. But overall, I feel that Russia is also at some disadvantage. Like
Ooh.
yes.
Oh, whoa.
Nice.
Hey.
Boos from the crowd.
So they should. I think it was pretty natural for them to do something.
Right.
Well, killing people is not the right way to do it. But
What sort of disadvantage are you referring to?
so like they have been encircled from all sides, right? Like NATO here,
Oh.
like Eastern Europe is all NATO. Then okay, thankfully below Russia, China, and India, all these countries are not so west aligned. But I think they have. So I guess most of Russia lives in the European part of it, right?
Yeah.
So they would obviously want to protect themselves.
Right.
So
And
if I'm making it clear, you sympathize. You have
no.
sympathize
I
with
sympathize with
the
Ukraine.
state of Russia.
No, I sympathize with Ukraine, but I feel that
But, yeah.
I feel that Russia had to do something about the situation. Well, the exact method that they took was not so good, I would
Right.
say. I mean, not so good as in was pretty bad.
Yes, we all understand.
Yeah, obviously you
Yeah,
understand, right?
You wanted to talk about the BBC?
Yeah,
documentary?
have you heard about the recent BBC documentary?
So I just heard that Rishi Sunak said something about it. No, wait. I might be very wrong.
No, what is your view of Western states openly trashing the Prime Minister of India?
Oh, about what?
So I'll just get the context out. So this is BBC documentary that got out about a week before, and it features Modi and the Gujarat riots back in
Right.
2000.
Oh, when he was
2000.
silent during that.
No, how he was the main
Culprit.
culprit, or how he didn't allow the police to go to certain places, so that he allowed the situation to get more and more worse.
Oh, right.
He let the Hindu nationalists do their things, and then let the police out in their own time.
Right.
Well, so someone raised this in the British Parliament, and I think they asked Mr. Prime Minister to speak on that topic. I think he just stood up and said some like random BS, basically kind of sympathizing and not, basically that guy was pointing out Modi did this, he's the Prime Minister of India, why are we in support of that, all that. So he basically kind of suppressed the topic, changed it kind of. So, and obviously, Indian media, right? They say Rishi Sunak in favor of Modi says this in the British Parliament. So yeah, there's obviously that, but I think that even if there are humanitarian concerns worldwide about the situation in India, I think it is something that India will have to deal with eventually, right? So even with Kashmir, so there were all these things about all these things that UN was doing about the conversion of Jammu and Kashmir to a union territory, right? So UN was doing a lot of stuff about. So they sent like a 30-member or 60-member team.
Yes. Yeah.
So over there, I think they just went through Kashmir. I don't think they even noticed anything because at that time it was. Even now, I think Kashmir is heavily militarized on both sides. I think they mostly visited the Indian part, and then so India's.
What do you mean by the Indian part? They didn't allow them to go to Pakistan. I don't know if you're allowed.
No,
to
I think. I mean, so they are people from the UN, right? So
okay,
if you want
just
to
jump the border and.
No. So they were.
Hey, they are UN. They can jump on the border. Let's jump the fence and go to yours.
Yeah. So basically, they had come to.
It's not that funny, but we're laughing.
Yeah. So yeah, they had basically come to assess the Indian stuff, right? The Indian situation. So now, yeah. So the point was that India at that point of time said that this is India's matter. Like other countries should not try to like poke their heads into this, right? So that was what India said, and I think it holds even for this. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to take any sides because I was not around when Gujarat riots happened.
Oh,
so
when did this happen? 2002,
right?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, I was born in 2003. So
okay.
yeah. I mean, even if it happened in 2007, I don't know, right?
Right.
I mean, yeah. The point is, okay, whatever happened. I mean, there are courts in India. They can say whatever they want to, and BBC can say whatever they want to because they are also like free media. I mean, yeah, everyone's entitled to
And
their
we can
opinions.
sit here and bullshit about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all free media.
And no one cares. Like 5 years from now, someone will discuss our podcast. Hopefully, I mean, that's what you hope, right? Yeah. And then it will just keep passing around.
No, they'll use this particular remark to stop you from becoming a CEO of Twitter or something. They'll use you said this during a podcast.
I don't think Twitter's gonna survive 2023.
I
mean, by the time I am eligible for that, 5 or 6 MBAs, a master's degree, a PhD, right? Or like all you need to become the CEO of a big company. I don't think Twitter will be around by then.
Yeah. What about the G20 presidency, guys? They've been in India. I don't know what we can talk about that.
I think
I've
noticed it.
Yeah, I've noticed the banners on which
noticed 20 countries coming to visit the G20.
Really?
Is that why it's called G20?
Yeah, is it 20 countries or 20 goals? I think it's 20 goals.
Yeah,
20 goals?
I mean, come on, man. They'll keep expanding beyond 20 countries, right? So
Yeah, I think they won't be like, oh no, it's a closed membership. You want to help us with global warming, but no, it's just 20 people.
yeah, we are the elites.
Just-
20 people.
Just 20 constant goals.
Yeah.
And what if one they have succeeded one goal? They just cross it to G19 now.
No, so
That's a good
G19.
point.
so when they're done with a goal and when they're done with all the goals, or they want to include a new goal, they can just create a new
G21.
new organization, right? I mean, there are so
Right.
many, right? OPAC, NATO, and
UN.
UN, EU, and then whatever India is a
SARC.
part of. Yeah, SARC.
BRIC.
Yeah, BRICS. Yeah.
BRICS.
USA.
Oh. Very good.
Yeah. So yeah, once they're done with the 20 goals, they just dilute the organization. Do we know of an organization that was done with everything? What did they do then?
I don't think any organization
The thing that was
eventually
before
succeeds.
United Nations.
What
What?
was that? I don't think
League
they-
of Nations.
It just became United Nations. too.
Yeah, so that
It
was just
would collapse,
renaming.
though.
And I don't think they're ever gonna succeed. I mean, what's their mission? To bring world peace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who defines peace?
USA.
Yeah. So then there's peace.
I mean, there are some parts that are, not reconcilable on a fundamental level, like the guys in Afghanistan and USA. They're just cultures are so different that they're not going to ever agree on how life should be lived. So world peace is not going to happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, people are not gonna agree on what. So if you ask each country, are they in peace? That's what you need to consider. Obviously, you can't ask one country, which they are doing right now, right? They have
Yeah.
5 countries who can decide everything. That's
Yeah.
5 or 7.
I think I remember 5. Maybe they've changed it.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia is one of them.
No,
Really?
no,
No, it was Russia, USA, China,
Canada for some
France.
reason.
France. Yeah.
Canada for some reason.
And Germany, I don't think so. Germany is too controversial to keep there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember the 5th one.
Saudi Arabia.
UK maybe. UK.
Yeah, UK, obviously, yeah, UK. No, man.
It's not Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, come on, man. You really expect an Arab country to be on that list? Are you joking?
Yeah.
So we'll move on to the opinion.
Really? Aren't we? Is there no other local news that we can talk about?
Yeah, if you.
The elections are coming up. The elections.
Where? Elections where?
Where?
Oh,
Pan-
IIT elections.
Oh.
Oh, I'm not aware of the situation.
Really?
I mean, I heard from some people that I should vote. I should cast my vote in
You
favor
should
of
vote
this
for
guy.
Dhutraj.
who's that?
He's going for GSTA.
GSSA.
GSSA, sorry. Sorry, Dhutraj.
So exactly. So I also heard this guy's name, and he's some secretary, right? Like
Yeah, he's
squash or
hockey secretary.
and also IIT Bombay won some things in hockey in a lot of events.
Yeah.
In a lot of sports events, like whatever IIT Kanpur conducts.
So do we attribute that to him? It's not like he went in there. And
Yeah,
coached
exactly. I
everything.
don't. I mean, so they say things like, this secretary. I mean, when this guy was a secretary, IIT Bombay won this and this and this. So at least okay, in the case of tech, I feel there might be some correlation because then there's funding and all that.
Right.
But in the case of sports, I think it's more attributable to the coaches, not
Yeah.
the. I mean,
Coaches.
so I think people who finally represent the college at whatever inter-IT level, I think they mostly have the interest from the very start. I don't think a lot of homegrown talents, like people who started playing inside IIT Bombay and then went on to represent IIT
Yeah,
Bombay.
that's
I don't think that really happens.
It's rare.
Yeah, I don't think it's even rare. I mean, it does not happen
Doesn't.
because even if you try just playing in the general championships, the hostel general championships, if you want, like I went for table tennis GC. Okay, I'm not a good player, but I didn't think that the mechanism of choosing the players was fair. So they have one key player who should be
Choosing
in
the
the same,
top 6 or 7 was not fair at all.
no, so he should be in the same boat as us. He should be a part of the auditions, right? But basically, he's testing all of us because he's a really good player, and he's also in the good books of whoever was there,
Okay.
whoever was the captain of the team last year. And he just asks us to play a serve and then do a serve, and that's it. That's our entire auditions. So this is for our hostel at 6. Compare it to H2's tournament. So they had like full tournament. You mean once you lose, you are out. But okay, at least they play some matches, right?
No.
I went there and I didn't even get to play one single match. So.
Right.
They
Yeah,
just
that's
saw
fine.
you and then this guy's not a TT player.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a great way to audition someone.
Yeah, I mean more or less. So hostels have these people who are good at that sport, and they kind of know each other. That he plays well, I play well. So let's make a team, and then let's just pose as if we are doing an audition. But the team's already fixed.
That's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we'll move on to the what are you saying round.
Okay.
And Vaibhav, I have to ask you.
So I have to ask you one thing first. So was the name of the round changed with the second episode as well? I mean, was it different in the
No,
first
it
episode?
was always called what are you saying?
Okay, what do you say?
Yeah, what are you
I
saying?
think we had a cuss word in between, but I think we replaced that first.
Really, there was no curse. No, that was Arpan
the-
cursing at the
yes,
that was Arpan cursing at the way you
That's
said
right.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, what are you saying?
And so maybe we can discuss the state of technical interests in our college. You know,
Right.
tech and startups, all that.
Define tech.
Yeah.
So tech is basically what we learn here. Like so basically engineering. I mean, solving problems. That's what companies do as startups. So okay, I mean, why I bring this topic up is so I did my intern last winter, and my supervisors over there, seniors. So all of them were from IT Delhi mostly. I mean, those who used to come to the office, and they used to be so proud about, you know, out of the out of these many unicorns last year, these many have at least one founder from IT Delhi and all that. And then I also got to know about the tech club of IT Delhi, and I realized that they do a lot of stuff. So like the immediate supervisor I had, he worked on building the JOSA algorithm. I
Right.
mean, that eventually allots people the branches they get and all that. And he got that position, I think, because he was the head of the tech club over there, the dev club in IT Delhi. But yeah, so my point is that so he did have that kind of exposure over there because he was a part of the dev club, right? Do you think people get it here? I mean, Ashwin is a part of DevCom, and I mean, all three of us
Yeah.
have been a part of DevCom. So, what do you think?
Well, I don't know if it's as grand as that. It's certainly not as grand as that.
Yeah.
Is it just grass is greener on the other side? Maybe they're
No,
just
no,
making
I really don't think so. I mean, they don't say that IT bomb is so good. I don't believe
Right.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that hoodie says developers community.
Yeah, it's a bit mocking.
Yeah,
It's
I-
like when when you go to do the wife, you have to turn the photo of the husband down, something like that.
Okay.
Why am I the only one who's relating to that?
Yeah, but the point is that, you know, even in other cases, like, are you sure that the other tech teams they do a great job at the problem?
I don't. Okay, I'll talk about. I was part of MRT.
Yeah.
You can censor this, right?
Yeah,
No,
So,
I think you can speak about it. I mean,
we'll censor your name. Ashwin was never in the podcast.
Yeah.
This is some
No,
random guy.
Censor the club that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was only part of 2 clubs, and they can actually discuss.
I don't think
Get
anyone
curious.
cares.
Okay, I don't care. I was part of MRT Master team for a year or two, and these two. So the way that it works is they expect the heads and the leads. They expect all the rest of the hierarchy to do everything for the competition, and then they show up a week before the competition and expect everything to be ready. They're just there for filling out the forms, having signature and all that. That's what they expect. But we people expect them to show up every weekend so that they'll work with us through all the projects. So it was like each other expecting more from the other, each expecting more from the other, and ending up
from the subordinates.
yeah, from the subordinate, ending up having nothing of the work done, and then you spend the last 2 or 3 days completely, not sleeping, or straining yourself.
Yeah.
The whole day going here and there.
And that culture is appreciated far more than it needs to be. They find it encouraging.
They
I
think
was up
they
for
think
3
they're
days.
they think they're grinding, but
Yeah.
I think that's really bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I think people should eventually do this before the competition because that's before the deadline because so you are just kind of checking things. Is this all right? Is this okay? I think that's still a part. I mean, whatever be the amount of work that you have done in the past, I think you will eventually, if you are worried about the competition, you will eventually end up doing that last 3 days of extreme hard work. But I think the work that you have done in the past that also affects the
Yeah.
state a lot. So if you have done a lot of work in the past, then you can check minor things like are these parameters okay and is this foolproof and all that. But I don't think so. Basically, when you are building the system in the final 3 days, I don't think you will get time for all that.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And
so
then-
there's about 7 or 8 criteria to meet, and we satisfy around 22.5% of all the criteria and then submit. Hey, I've completed 22.5 every criteria now.
Why did you
Accept it.
give a number of the criteria and then go into a percentage?
No,
Yeah, so I tried
no,
to-
the criteria says something like you should have 4 wheels, and we said sorry, we have only 22.5% of the wheel.
So
And accept
I
it.
tried to calculate. I mean, 22.5% didn't match.
No, what I mean is,
Yeah, just say 2.
we don't even no, we
You
don't.
didn't even, to reference an inside
Oh,
joke, you
no,
didn't
no,
even
no.
divide it by 100.
Yeah. So I
No,
think,
what I mean is,
so it's like
there are 8
0.75
criteria.
0.75 of the first,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Oh,
We don't even complete one criteria entirely. We
Oh, okay.
a percent of every criteria, and we say, hey, we have met all the, we have tried to meet all the 8 criteria. Now, please get it. Yeah. The shameful part is even colleges. Okay, I don't mean this in a really demeaning way, but VIT, MIT, Manipal, and Vellore, they got selected through to the next round, but we got rejected in even the first round. They got through the 3 rounds that were there. That was for the selection round. 3 rounds for selection, we got eliminated in the first round.
So I don't think you should be afraid when you say this, like, because IT Bombay should be better compared to these colleges, because it's government funded.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what, like,
I think
what do they write that word? Something institutes of the country. IITs are that, like, I forgot the word. That's written on the gate, I guess.
Elite.
No, elite. I mean, come on, that's a pretty common word.
Respected. Prestigious.
Okay, just
top.
Just
stop.
Yeah, just drop it. But yeah, the point is, I mean, you should be able to do.
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah. And so for that, the argument I often have in mind is that the people who are participating in these teams from those colleges, they have a lot of time on their hands. They can afford to just skip classes altogether and give like 3 weeks to this, and then they can go back to studying if they do want to go back to studying.
I think that in IIT Bombay, compared to all other colleges, so like initially, I would say in the last semester, my idea about this was even more skewed than it is right now. But I feel that in IIT Bombay, the academic pressure is much more compared to other IITs. I mean, this is what I get from like after my discussions with people from other colleges, because from other IITs like Delhi, Madras, Kanpur, and I feel that there's a lot of competition over here. I mean, that's expected as well. But what companies? I mean, obviously, finally the thing that you would want to achieve is an internship, a placement, or even higher studies. So higher studies, I think, let's keep that aside, because who goes for higher studies, right? Right, Ashwin? But then the point is, like, what do companies look at when they come to this college? So I think in general, in other colleges, in the other top IITs, they look at like the entire profile, because not everyone has like really high scores, really high CPI, right? But in IIT Bombay, with 180 people in the batch, we have like extremely inflated CPIs, right? So they have this initial filtering round with respect to the CPI, and if you have done even like if you have had some minor interest, even like very little interest in some particular kind of tech, like some tech team or something, then it's very highly likely that you will eventually lose out on your CPI when you are competing with these people who are just studying and studying. So that's why, I mean, if you do whatever you like and then you don't get into a good company, so you will actually not advise your juniors to do the same, right?
Yes.
You will eventually tell them that you should study, you should get a good CPI, right?
Yeah, that's why clubs like DevCom are mostly inflated with people from chemical or other departments.
Yeah, I mean, non-CS departments, because there's extreme competition in CS. I mean, I remember trying to join a lot of tech clubs, tech teams.
Same.
And they used
And
to
you
ask
were
me.
part of Shunya. Sorry, what were you part?
Stride. I was part of Stride.
Stride.
So yeah, that was a good team. So yeah, they used to work well. I'll come to that. But yeah, this is about the interview part. So they used to ask me in the interview, "Are you from CSE?" I mean, you are from CSE, so are you sure that you will be able to give time to the club? And a CSE guy is asking me, a CSE fourth is asking me this question.
Right.
So I tell him, yes, I think I will get time for the club. And they say, no, you won't. I say, I will. They say, you won't. Then I say, okay, I won't. So that's the entire conversation. So I never really understood. So I think there was this tech team and there was this test that they had. And okay, no flex, but I think I had the highest score in that. And they just didn't take me because I had the highest score, because they felt that I would be very inclined towards academics. That was pretty weird. But the final point is that they know that you need to be into academics if you want to do good as a part of the CSE department. And then because of that, they only want to select people who are kind of like normal about and kind of not stressed about the academics.
Right.
Yeah. So and about Stride, so yeah, that was a good tech team because it was like in its formative years. I left that because I felt that so I was like, my goal was mainly to do stuff in machine learning. I was interested in robotics, and I mean the aim of the team is to make a quadruped which can help in rescue missions, like accidents, fires, and all that, which can navigate through a building, spot that there's a fire extinguisher over here, and then spot that there's a baby over here. That baby needs to be rescued.
And then send those photos back to the server.
Yeah.
Because what's a quadruped gonna do with a fire extinguisher?
No, I mean, yeah, so obviously. So, I mean, that's for navigation.
I'm sorry for belittling
Yeah.
the team.
So, yeah, I have to,
observing the baby in the fire.
yeah, the crying baby, yeah. So, my goal initially was to, like, make a vision system which can recognize, yeah, that's a fire extinguisher, that's a baby. Right? So, I mean, okay, not a classification task.
Wait.
You have
But
to do a
the
bounding box.
classification task is that you see someone and you have to classify that as a baby or an
No,
extinguisher.
no.
Wait,
No, you have a frame and you have to do a bounding box. So,
what the?
no, you
Why
have to
would
do
you? Why not a
bounding box.
human? Why a baby? Is this happening in nursery school? Is this specifically for nursery
There's a 30-year-old man there just dying.
That you're not a baby. You let them more like a fire extinguisher.
Come on, man. Like a kid can just scream. A baby can also scream, but
But you were designing the vision part of it.
The computer like no.
okay. So finally, it boils down to the competition that we're taking part in, right?
And what the competition specifically mentioned babies versus extinguishers.
Babies,
You had a lot of pictures of babies.
babies, extinguishers, and hazmat signs. Do you know that? Some danger signs like chemicals,
Oh, right.
explosives, all that. So
Wait. What was the training set like? Babies in fires?
yeah,
Escape.
so
No,
my
okay.
my training set was babies and fire extinguishers. Yes.
No, the very baby inside, where the flames, around the babies or something.
There are no flames. A baby is inside a box.
What's the quadruped doing
Inside
kind
the
of
box?
things?
Oh man, come on! The quadruped is moving around, just noting that there's a baby here.
In
That
real
needs
life,
rescue.
quadruped comes and just melts and melts down.
Yeah.
And they classified, just melts in the fire.
The baby will be disappointed that this dog came in. I mean, that's literally a
Wait,
dog.
okay, I'm confused now. Quadruped, are we referring to the four-way chopper thing or the dog?
It's a dog.
Quadruped is like 4 legs.
Okay, 4 legs. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not a copter?
Yeah, someone
that-
said
that-
copter somewhere.
No,
and
Yeah,
that
I
is-
thought
that
it
is
was
a
a
quad-
copter just going on.
Yeah,
That is a quadcopter. This is a quadruped. So 4
Okay.
legs.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's
quadruped.
a quarter.
Oh, quadruped.
A quadcopter would have
Like
been more
biped.
useful.
Yeah, or quad. It'll melt immediately if it comes to the flames. There's more chance of a copter going inside.
I think this is not really our department, right? But these people can deal with that. It's like fireproof, right? I don't think we should comment on this.
Okay.
I can only comment on the part that this is a baby and this is a fire extinguisher. But so basically that's navigation and all that. I mean, not just fires, right? Like there are earthquakes and all that, landslides. Come on, man! I'm not going to justify the existence of
Maybe
the club, right? Yeah, okay, it exists. My work was good over there. I mean, my work, as in the work that I got.
Wait, so the baby, the training sequence, the
Drop
baby's
the baby.
face. No, how does the quadruped just goes around searching for the face?
The baby is dead. Okay, the baby is dead. Okay, that, fine. Is that okay?
Okay.
So they're just collecting dead bodies so that they can do.
Okay.
whatever they
Yeah,
want.
I mean, we'll move on.
Yeah, good.
I have a lot of more questions. How does it go near the face? Because if it just sees a diaper and this says a fire extinguisher, the diaper, so this fire extinguisher.
So you have to do a bounding box. Okay, even if you see a diaper, even if you see the hands and the legs.
If you detect diaper, you should go around the face or something.
No, why? You
So the face is on the other side. The quadruped is
So you don't need the face of the baby, right? You need to know there's a baby right here.
okay.
Yeah,
that makes
I think it's just you who goes after the face of
face,
the baby.
No, I think he goes after the diaper, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but the point is that so my work was mostly mostly vision. I then eventually left it because I felt I was not able to dedicate time to it. But yeah.
Or did you realize that it was fucking
No.
Okay.
No, come on, it's not useless, man.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the MIT cheetah?
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's exactly that. That's what you're trying to make.
But does it do it? It doesn't have enough, horsepower to do anything about that.
Oh, a fire department asking the other personnel, hey, have you deployed the baby whistles fire extinguisher robo quadruped? So before I go into extinguish the flames.
come on, man. Just to know where the baby is.
Right.
How will you know, right? I mean, a man does not have that much of time, so you can just
Well,
run.
this is to recognize. Wait, this is to recognize where the baby is.
Okay, just
No.
this should map out the area.
Yeah, this will map out the area. Then a guy can go in and do whatever he wants.
Right. Whatever. What does he want?
But what if it sees a table and like it gets confused if it's a baby or a fire extinguisher?
So that's what I had to work on, right?
Yeah,
That it
yeah.
should not get confused.
It should classify that as a fire extinguisher as well.
Man, it's not a classification task. It's
It's
like
a detection task.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay,
I have been saying so long.
Okay, right,
You
that's
need
sorry,
to do a
yeah.
bounding box.
Right.
So yeah. Yeah. So. Okay.
It was useful.
Yeah, it was useful.
Okay,
yeah. And it is really useful. You will appreciate it when you.
When our babies are caught in the fire.
Yeah, when you have some fire in your house.
I don't think
right?
that's my baby. It's my fire extinguisher.
Come on.
I will blame you.
Yeah, sure. But the point is, the eventual goal was to make the MIT cheetah.
Right.
So most work had to be done on the mechanics side, and I left it because even though I was really interested, so there are two reasons. Obviously, I was not able to see any work being done in practice because, we just had like a model in ROS or Gazebo, right? These are the softwares that they use to simulate all these robotics things. And then, okay, there's this dog. They have this algorithm which can help the dog navigate.
Sorry, I just pictured them picking up a stray dog and bringing him into the lab.
Yeah. just imagine that. So they can make the dog move in the right direction. So one of my tasks was also to make sure that the dog. So there's this algorithm that some university has made, and then I had to use that algorithm.
But why a dog? Why not just a rolling vehicle kind of
I think
thing?
that's unstable.
No. I think
A dog is more unstable.
No. So a rolling vehicle can't. So there are these two rocks. How can a rolling vehicle go from top
Okay,
from this top
yeah,
to that? So if you have a quadruped, it can go there.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So there are reasons.
Yeah, okay.
There are people who are working on this. So there have to be reasons.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Why
sorry.
not just actually train dogs, Train
To
rescue
go into the
dogs.
flames?
Yeah.
But the dog does not have. Can the dog be fireproof?
Ah.
Software detecting, it carries
No,
the
no, the
carries
point
the
is
baby
The
out.
dog has
It
life.
carries the baby out the house.
No.
Just leaves it there.
Again, dude, it just maps it out.
Yeah,
Just
it's
go-
just for
okay,
mapping. Yeah.
Okay, right.
The dog also has its own life, right? Why should it go in for a human? So there are these philosophical
PETA
questions.
people.
Yeah. PETA people will come in for you.
Fair enough.
So yeah, like PETA, open up, whatever, right? So the point is that I had to take this algorithm that I guess ET and Zurich people had made, and then use it on the dog that they had made. These people had made. Again, I'm not too sure. Basically, so it's like take this component from this college, this component from this college, this component from this paper, just merge it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, that
didn't
doesn't
really.
look like fun.
Yeah, I didn't feel it was too fun because okay, there's this algorithm. I don't even know what the fuck they are doing in that algorithm. To understand that, I need at least a basic robotics course, either like self-trained or through the college. And I didn't see any way I would be doing that in the next year or so. So I left the club.
Right.
Left the team. And I feel that the people who are at the helm of the club of the team, even they are not so experienced or
Whoa.
knowledgeable about robotics because I don't. So basically, even they haven't done these courses, right?
Right. Guess we would be mapping out babies and fire.
Yeah, but the point is, if even they haven't done these courses,
Right.
and I felt that they should have more knowledge. The good thing is that they're still trying to do it, even with less knowledge. But the point is, knowledge should come first.
To quote IIT Bombay's slogan.
Gyanam Paramam Dhyam.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, you just remember.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know ID Bombay had a motto. What's up?
Have you ever gone to the IDC department without going to the IDC department, like without looking at the IDC department?
No.
So there's this.
Because that isn't possible. That is impossible. Is that a trick question?
Yeah.
Where is it written?
Have you seen VMCC?
Yeah.
So see, when we are going the H2 or H3 way, right, to CC or whatever, the
Yeah.
main building. So we cross the Infinity Corridor somewhere, and then we keep walking. Then we see Cafe 92, and then we walk, and then we see LHC and all that, right?
Yeah.
So just before Cafe 92, to the left, I mean, to the right we have the main building, and to the left we have this gate kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And over there they have this Gyanam Paramam Dhyam written,
Oh,
and you can see that at night.
right. Which means
Gyanam Paramam Dhyam means that knowledge is the. So Dhya means goal.
right. Okay,
Paramam-
supreme goal.
Yeah,
Knowledge
supreme
is
goal.
the
Yeah,
supreme goal.
knowledge is the supreme goal.
Right.
So yeah, I feel that
Sure, IT Bombay, sure.
Yeah. I feel that the tech culture really is not so strong, particularly because of the knowledge part.
Right.
It's more like patchwork. Come on, I don't want to do patchwork, right?
Yeah.
I don't think people everywhere do. So we are copying what ETS Zurich did. So who did the copy? They didn't copy someone, I guess.
Right.
They worked on their own. So yeah, the point that there are no senior students who are involved in this, I guess. So basically, there's just third year people or fourth year people who are at the top of the club. Then they pass out. Then they give some knowledge to the juniors,
Right.
and
They should just stay hydrated. Why do they pass out these 30? I'm sorry.
pass on. Whatever, man.
Nice one. Yeah.
Really, I've made that joke twice this week.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but the point is, yeah, okay,
Really nice.
yeah, but the point is, there should be some, MTechs, PhDs who have this
Yeah.
knowledge, who will be around for 5 or 6 years,
Right.
who know stuff. They should
Or
be.
professors. They should have some serious
So
professors.
no, so they have professors associated with the club, but I think they are mostly just signing papers. I mean,
Oh,
signing all
yeah.
those
Because
agreements
they're
or
busy with
whatever.
actual research.
Yeah.
Right.
So there are these professors who work closely with the tech teams. I guess I think AUV used to work with professors very closely.
Right.
I'm not so sure, but
DEFCON works with a bunch of professors.
I mean, does
Only
DEFCON
one.
need any professors?
Only one.
Right.
Who?
Preeti
Preeti
Jyoti.
Jyoti.
Preeti Jyoti.
Okay, what does she do?
No,
She
that
does-
was only one project. That was really recent.
Yeah.
Which
It
project?
was a collaboration with a professor.
Oh.
It's called. Damn, I forgot the name. INSEEK. So what it does is, so they have a chat bot. It's a chat bot where they have trained it on a whole data, the freshers booklet.
See. Okay. So it can tell you.
Yeah. So if freshies have any doubts, so when can we not go out the main gate, or how do I go from this place to other? It gives
How
out
is
the-
it better than Control F, like CTRL-F?
They wanted to explore this. I really don't know what the core of the project was, but they wanted to collaborate, and they've jumped at the opportunity to do this. So.
So
That's
what?
nice.
So what did DEFCON add?
We
But
gave
they-
them a platform to advertise their product on, because they needed more data. They wanted to know what the freshers wanted to know,
Okay.
and they wanted to advertise the product through a platform.
Is it live right now?
No, it got dead after 5 days because they couldn't handle the load.
Oh.
This is also a really big problem with ID Bombay.
Oh, the number of people here.
No, yeah, that
The capacity of the
servers.
servers.
So, oh.
But yeah, coming back to the tech and startup thing, and also about startups. So I included that because I feel that people here want to kind of be like IT Delhi, be like the startup founders from IT Delhi. But I don't think they are able to do that because they don't have concrete ideas. I mean, strong ideas which can actually change stuff.
This is the second time in the podcast we've shat on people like
No.
in Arpan's episode also we said the same thing, that there are people just going around saying bhai startup karna.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Easel is like startup karte hain. Bring your ideas. Come on, man. If I have an idea, why will I bring it to you? I mean, what will you give me, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they have a mentoring capability. They have good mentors to get it.
Are you sure they have good mentors? I mean, they have,
Because I know of a program that ESL sponsors or has throughout the year, where it's sort of an incubator. Where they
yeah,
have-
there is an ID Bombay incubator. I think some professors also have startups through these incubators. SINE, something, whatever. Yeah, but the point is, I think that I participated in this competition called the Hult Prize.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't remember who my teammates were, but yeah, we had a startup idea. So we take that. So our idea was something like, so I guess that was the time of COVID. So, and then there were those protests in Punjab and Haryana about farm laws being changed, all that.
Oh, was this in the first year? I think
Yeah,
I was also
first
there in the competition.
Yeah, I think I felt you were there, but
Yeah, I was with
You
a PhD
felt he
student.
was there?
I mean, I just felt that he was.
I mean, we barely knew each other back then,
Yeah.
so I just probably noticed his name. Yeah, I was with a PhD guy and two other MTech students.
Yeah, okay. Our idea
Let's
was
get
like,
on.
okay, there are these issues going on, so people need. So I think it was mainly that there won't be any central markets for people to sell, so they can sell anywhere. I guess these were the farm laws or the reverse. I don't exactly remember, but our plan was something like we will give people a medium to trade.
Okay.
I mean, they can. I mean, this person wants to sell this. That like this is the quantity. This is where they can sell. This is the entire travel cost mapped. So basically, they can know that they are trying to sell this at this price, and if they want to sell to this customer in some other state, if they want to cross the state, how much money they'll have to pay for at the state border and all that. So
Right.
this is what we wanted to do, and then we would bring the data from. So yeah, it's like an open market. So like the lowest price wins and all that, and we would get some data from some government website which had a lot of data. We had scrapped all of it. So yeah, now we show this idea, and they are like, okay. So see, come on, this is a very normal kind of an idea, right? I mean, yeah, you are helping the farmer. How are you helping the farmer? You are just giving them a market. Why do they need a market? Because of the farm laws. Okay, that's it. So this is not like a really flashy idea, but the point is, I think at that point of time it was needed. I think when the farm laws got reversed, I'm not so sure. So yeah, that's the problem with India,
It's a
right?
good thing you guys didn't proceed with that startup.
Yeah, no, I think it would still work because
Yeah, it is a good idea.
I mean, yeah, it won't be black mark. I mean, it won't be the black market for whatever agricultural products. But yeah, the point is, so then there. Okay, I'm sorry if this was your project, but then there are people who come in with something like using eggshells as food for dogs.
This was his project.
This wasn't my.
I knew you would say that, but yeah, as far as I remember, he was not a part of
Ours
that.
was something like there was a word for it, agro farming or something. They wanted to grow crops without soil, so they could grow crops in cups or something. Just some new kind of farming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
what about the eggshells?
yeah, so you make dog food out of eggshells.
Yeah. Is that even scientifically sound? Like,
Yeah, so basically my point was that these people, I am not so sure if they have done their experiments and all that. So if you have seen Shark Tank, there was this pregnant lady who came with a partner of hers, and they were selling this.
baby.
They were selling this detector which could sense if the fruit has turned stale something,
Oh, okay.
and eventually they didn't get it because of the baby. Sorry, because of the other woman who was kind of
Who's the actual
overconfident.
mother?
Come on, man. You can talk about the actual father, but you can't talk about the actual
Actual
mother.
mother.
Yeah, but the point is, so I think at least their idea was scientifically sound. They had some accuracy score. Yeah, this is our accuracy. Okay, fine. But I think over here, I'm not so sure. I think they basically opened up some class 5 science exhibition ideas page. They got this idea off of that, and they just made whatever like business plan out of that. I'm not making fun of their idea.
Yeah.
I am, but
But in good fun. It's all in good fun.
yeah, but yeah. So the point is that it is an idea. I'm not so sure if it is scientifically sound and if it can actually be scaled to a very high, like to a very wide audience, right? But somehow those people who came in to judge it, they were really impressed. Wow. Then there's this idea about PCOS, right? I forgot the full form, but I think it's something like
What's it about?
something ovarian syndrome. Like I think it's
Right. Oh, yeah. I think I remember a presentation about that.
yeah. So it's an issue that happens to women,
Right. Yeah.
like around periods or something. So yeah, okay, they are solving a cause, but I think I felt so. Okay, it was an app which is very similar to like tips and tricks so that you can live a healthy life. Okay, and they'll just then suggest food items that you should eat, and then they'll have tie-ups with various restaurants which make those foods and all that. So whatever, an ecosystem around PCOS.
It's always a fun idea to imagine all those apps screwing up. Like a bug just happens, and then it's just sending them eat pizza, eat pizza, eat pizza.
I mean, come on, I don't think that would be
some Domino's tech employee hacks into it.
yeah, but the point is, so, okay, they are giving a platform for you to discuss your problems with the actual trained personnel. So, okay, that is good. But I felt that the judges were so overhyped with this idea. I didn't see the source of that hype. So, even if you open up Play Store right now, you will see hundreds of these apps for diabetes, high blood pressure, all that,
Right.
where they allow you to talk to trained personnel and all that. But I think there's not enough scalability for that, right? So, okay, some people will use it, but the main target audience for your app should be people who don't have this information already, right? So if suppose some guy in our college, some girl in our college, she has this issue, she can simply just search about it on Google Chrome, and she can just check things out like, yeah, this is what I should eat, this is not what I should do, and what I should
Right.
not. So these will be the customers for that app. So I mean, why will they pay for it?
Right,
They're already
that's
getting
it.
it, right? So
It should be a
it should be
part-
targeting people who don't know stuff,
Yeah,
right?
or it should be a part of some broader app system that.
Yeah, that does more stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you should not. So one of the concerns that people raised was exactly this, that how is this different from Google Chrome? Right? So I think such questions really help. Like, how was that dog different from, like,
Yeah.
different from nothing?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, these questions really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so they just kind of discarded our idea. So we saw our score, and that was so low. I mean, okay, I might
You might be
really salty about
Yeah.
the fact that we lost so badly. But yeah, the point is that I feel people really overhype such ideas, and even on Shark Tank, I think I have a feeling that these sharks sometimes feel overhyped about these ideas, which are kind of innovative. So if you see, if you see Anupam Mittal, have you guys
No,
seen
I
Shark
no,
Tank?
no.
I've seen
The
Shark
founder-
Tank USA, not India.
Okay. I mean, in
I
shorts,
once
right? In
went to
Instagram
an-
reels. I mean,
I once
No,
went to an
I actually
aquarium,
follow
that's
US
about-
Shark Tank.
I once went to an aquarium, and that's all the Shark Tank I saw.
okay, good. but the point is that I think Anupam Mittal, I think he does assess tech or scientific startups based on their actual scalability. But I think the other sharks just get carried away, like, oh wow,
मेरी माँ फोन चलाया करती
Oh,
थी.
kind of. Yeah, exactly. Like, this will change the entire world based on whatever. But so I think so this bias. So if it is there at the shark level, I think that also exists at the mental level over here in ECell. So I'm not saying they're doing some bad stuff. Obviously, whatever they do is good. I mean, the issue is with the people, right? So I feel that if I get an idea about Ola, so is it something that some idea that only I can get because of the knowledge that I have? Or is it some idea that anyone can have, just that I got it first?
Right.
So I feel that, I mean, people in IT Bombay or people in ITs in general, or people who go to a good college studying tech, they should. I mean, people in general should do something. So see, I started from IIT Bombay, then IITs, then
Yeah.
tech, and then colleges in general.
Don't want to offend anybody.
No offense to anyone, even when I say IIT Bombay, but the fact is that people should try to come up with ideas that only they could have come up with, because otherwise, who will come? I mean, okay, this guy from IIT Bombay had this idea about some cooking chain. Okay, so he went there, but who will make that next big product which was needed in the software environment?
Right.
So he can go for the cooking part, but can that cook or a big chef come into this?
Yeah.
Very highly unlikely, right?
Right.
It's possible, but I think it's highly unlikely. So yeah, so I think that people don't use their exact technical knowledge.
Hmm.
I mean, people don't even gather enough technical knowledge. I mean, even with us, we are just passing courses, right?
Right, yeah.
We
Right.
do keep things in mind about the courses that we enjoyed, but other courses, like, do you guys remember stuff about networks?
No.
And I think that was a pretty essential course for us.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to solve something on the router, you don't call up your
no,
I mean,
chemical
everybody knows
guy
stuff like that.
to
Huh?
fix it.
I remember stuff like that, like just checking if I'm connected to the LAN, checking
Yeah.
if the LAN is connected. Yeah.
So okay, that's fine. I mean, but if you want to do something in software, you really need to know networks, OS, databases, compilers, all these things, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to do something, okay, I'm not an expert about mechanical and all that, but I think you should know your courses really well, right? And I don't think people do that, and then people eventually start making get into startups about what, like food chains. Okay, Ola and Uber are needed. Not Uber. Ola is needed. Swiggy, Zomato, all these things. Okay,
Why
but
not Uber?
Uber is not Indian, right? I mean,
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, whatever they make in India, whatever IITians make in India, I think those things are obviously needed. Yeah.
Boycotting.
Yeah, so those things are needed, but I think anyone can do that. And people who could have had some technical knowledge, they didn't eventually do this, and then some other people from some other country or some other universities will eventually end up doing that big thing in software or in their own. I mean, even in mechanical engineering,
Right.
civil, and all that. So yeah, I think that's also a reason why everyone is just gravitating towards software, because there's not enough people who are doing stuff in mechanical and civil. There's not enough companies who come to the colleges who are doing good stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Last topic about the Shark Tank thing. I read about this article where this woman had jewelry made out of organic stuff, and she got rejected badly. So I
Yeah,
like
so
that idea.
I mean, yeah.
Jewelry made out of?
Made out of like if someone dies,
Uh-huh.
you can just take their ashes, make it into a big ring.
Oh, like from organic stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they make a.
That's not the organic stuff they use. So I hope so, right?
What? Yeah.
Not like
They can.
ashes from
I don't know
dead
if
bodies.
ashes were on the table. The ashes thing, I saw it in a documentary a while back. What she was discussing was stuff like hair, and I still think ashes were on the table, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Just pull the hair out of the dead woman and then make a ring out of it.
No, you can also get hair from
Alive.
from temples.
Okay.
Did you know that the temple
Well, I'm
in
gonna cut this out, but go.
the temple in Tirupati is like the
You went from that temple to this temple?
highest exporter of like the biggest exporter of hair.
Oh, didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
export
because
hair for wigs?
they cut this.
So no, because for
They
because
shave
We
their
don't
head
get
there.
paid for that. We don't get paid for that. Whenever
no,
go
you
and
get
shave
you get paid in peace. Yeah, I believe in it. So I mean, okay, but
What do you mean export? So if you commit a murder somewhere with that hair, then are you a suspect?
export. Do
That's
you
a-
understand import export?
Yeah,
You export hair to other
This
people.
is a great idea for like a mystery novel. Some guy
Yeah.
murders someone, so bit of
This
his
guy
hair
keep
is left
chasing,
at the.
keep chasing the wrong guy, and turns out he just cut his
He
hair
just-
in a
he
barber
was
shop.
wearing a
So
wig.
do you realize that you need wigs? I mean, this is like a really
Yeah, but wigs are made of synthetic hair. I don't think they use real hair. Do they use
Some wigs.
actual hair?
Some
Yeah?
wigs. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Also, why were you asking me that question? Bastard.
I think it was a targeted attack. Yeah, but the point is
No, then where do they export the hair then? What do they use the exported hair for?
wigs and
Okay,
such things.
okay, yeah, okay.
I mean, they can do a lot of things. I saw a video about this. I forgot the exact usage, but yeah, basically that adds to whatever stocks they have. I mean, whatever they have in their big, what do you call that? Like
The big hair box. The
no,
big box with
the
all
big,
the
the big
hair.
money box. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the richest temple in the world and all that.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, we were talking about this startup, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's okay. So it's like out fashion. So if you start debating, like, what's the point of having jewelry made out of organic stuff? So then, what's the point of having jewelry at all, right?
No, I said that was fine. I like the idea.
Yeah,
It gives
yeah.
a more personal touch to jewelry. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I'm going to steal this idea and do something on my own.
What?
Nothing.
That's what I just talked about. That you should do something in tech, right? That you have studied. You should use it. You should not end up, starting like a food chain in Powai, in Hiranandani.
Something like what Elon Musk did. That's what you're referring to, right? Something like I don't know if he started Tesla. Maybe the founders of Tesla.
He didn't start.
Okay, like the founders of Tesla, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
World-changing things.
Yeah. I mean, okay, you don't need to change the world. You should have like something.
Like SpaceX, maybe.
Space what?
SpaceX.
Are you
Oh,
sure? Are you
SpaceX.
sure Elon Musk knows about the space enough?
He talked about that during a podcast that he
But-
was the one who
but-
sat down with a.
But does he know enough about X? He said he knows enough about space.
Okay,
I said, does he know
okay.
enough about X?
I think that's the name of his child, right? ZZ.
Oh, yeah.
Zoo.
They call him X.
I
Oh.
don't know. It's really.
Okay, anyway, what were we talking
Probably.
about?
That guy's gonna have a horrible life.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. My dad is so rich, and he gave me this shitty name. I mean, he could have given me some. Like, he would have taken the copyright for my name, right? But shitty ended up like fucking my life. Yeah. So
I was thinking about products that came in the US version of Shark Tank, and the only thing I can remember is pants for horse. Pants
For
for
horses.
horse. And the guy was explaining like there's 100% of target audience available because none of the horses wear pants. So it's like
Huh.
100%. So the market is like 100% open. There are no competitors.
Let me get this straight. Pants for horses.
Yeah, horses.
horses as in
Not horse.
Right.
Horse.
HORSE.
Horse also don't wear pants.
Good word.
Very, very well spotted.
Yeah.
And people want that to stay that way.
Yeah.
They want horses to cover themselves up.
Why?
I don't know how they allowed that guy to be on the show. He's just like
No. I think for the TV part of the show, they do keep such
so,
things.
so that the sharks get I don't know, aggravated.
No,
irritated with that?
Yeah, for the sharks to get irritated with it, and then people can make shorts. People can make shorts and reels about it, and then
Yeah.
the show can grow more popular.
maybe-
Basically, to bring in the drama component. So there was this guy who came up in the first season of Shark Tank India. I'm not sure if you. I mean, I actually forgot the exact product, but it had something to do. So they were doing something with some body part.
Oh god.
Yeah, I think naval. They were doing something like
Like what, a 13-year-old or something?
they were making it more round from the inside.
Oh.
And someone said like, "What the fuck are you doing on this
More
show?"
round from the inside.
The navel.
Oh.
The
okay.
navel?
Yeah. Belly button or
Yeah,
something.
the belly button. Yeah.
Oh, I still don't get it.
We'll look it up.
Okay, yeah, I'll look it up.
So they were making it more round.
More round or more sharp based on what you need, what you want. So,
They are shaping a belly button.
Yeah. So basically, that guy comes in and his words are something like,
Continue.
मुझे बचपन से नाभियों को देखने का बहुत शौक है.
Oh my god.
क्या आपको भी ये शौक है? He asks the
And the sharks say, yeah. Five simultaneously.
You know, the sharks just cover their face and man, what can I say? All that. But yeah, the point
What
is,
can I say? I do.
yeah, obviously, and there are female sharks as well. So, but the point is, then I mean, people just kick his ass. These sharks just kick his ass.
No, is there a screening ground before that? Like, do they allow anyone to come
obviously.
inside?
No, so there's screening.
Was the
ground,
talent so bad that they
No.
have to allow this guy to come
Like
on?
he said, they need some for the
Yeah, they need some for the
Entertainment,
drama. Yeah. There was this company called Buckamax, which is basically an entertainment company or kind of a comic book company based in India, and they make some quirky videos which they call funny. I'm
Okay.
sorry, not attacking the company.
Right.
But yeah,
Oh.
yeah, but the point is, yeah. So I think they also let that company in mainly for the drama component. I mean, they do good work, but I don't. I mean, on Shark Tank, and also I felt that Shark Tank didn't really have a lot of these tech startups because I think tech startups end up getting their funding anyway because they have like big names.
It was this amazing startup that came in the USA version where they had, it was called Door Watchers. So they had a camera. So this was way back, 10 years ago. So they had a camera fit into the doorknob, but it isn't actually, it's in plain sight. You won't be able to see that camera. And you have it connected throughout your garage. It's like it makes all the doors connected. It's like a smart home only for doors.
Right.
And the sharks rejected that. But after 10 years, the same guy walked in and became one of the sharks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's nice.
A huge story.
That just completely disproves the point of the show. Even if you get rejected.
No,
you
so
just,
no, I think come on, you don't expect the show to be like 100% accurate, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the sharks were interested then, but then it got maybe the advertisement through these.
Yeah, and it can also
people.
happen that he got the inspiration to work further.
Right.
Maybe work on the product
You
more.
kick my
Yeah.
ass, so now I'll
Exactly.
show you what I can do.
I remember this one product. I don't know if it was from a sketch or the actual show. This guy walked on with. He said, I present to you 3 socks. Do you ever like lose one sock? It's just a packet containing 3 socks at once.
Wow. Wow, man.
Wow, that's really clever.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's great. I think it's from a sketch. I'm pretty sure, man. Come on, no one's going
Free
to
socks.
register that company, right? Come on.
Nice.
I think even the government would not allow that company to be registered.
Now, there was another product, Scrub Daddy. It was called Scrub Daddy.
I've seen this.
The scrubs in really abnormal shapes, and that sold a lot, billion.
So it had a smile, right?
Smile.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was that famous?
It
Why did
cleans.
that?
Why? I think it cleaned stuff well.
Yeah, it got into all those places.
Oh, okay. That was the
Yeah.
point. I thought the point was.
That's what it's
cartoonish.
called, Daddy.
Scrub Daddy.
Much like my daddy.
Yeah. Scrub me daddy.
I think you know the difference. Shower Daddy.
What?
Shower Buddy.
What?
No, you haven't seen Hangover 2?
No.
No, sorry.
Okay. So glad
Horrible
you said-
Bosses 2? Horrible Bosses 2?
No. I
Okay.
haven't. So glad you put a movie after that. I was getting scared as to what was going to come after that.
You know the reference.
Yeah, but the point is that I think I have not even started watching this season, but I think I have really high hopes this time. So
First, Shark Tank India?
yeah, why do you not watch Shark Tank India? Do you think it's too low life?
Yeah, I do. I have a really
Low lives coming in, just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a biased
opinion.
a biased opinion. Maybe.
Uh,
The only show I like from India is MasterChef.
yeah, I also love
Really
that.
well. I love that. But after Sanjeev Kapoor, Sanjeev Kapoor, after he exited the show, I stopped
Yeah,
watching.
man, he was like an all-star chef.
All-star.
Like, wow.
Because
God.
Khanna, Sanjeev Kapoor and
Ranveer Brar.
no, the
Short guy.
The angry guy.
Kunal Kapoor.
Chabra. Kunal Chabra. No, sorry. Sir. That guy works with me on some project. Just beat that.
There's something Kunal. I don't remember, but those three made a really awesome. And
Triplets,
my father used to scold me every time I watched the show because he feared I would go into that stream being a chef. Well, one time I went to propose to my father. Father,
Oh!
can I register myself?
Oh!
Can I register myself for the next MasterChef show, Daddy?
Why do
Like-
you have to say daddy like that? Daddy.
I just laughed for 2 minutes and said, "You're kidding, right?" Also, the registrations are open. It was for juniors. It was called MasterChef Juniors.
Yeah.
That's this show.
My father then gave me a 2-hour lecture and advised why I should not go into that stream.
Did he say something like, "Are you a girl?"
Huh?
Did he say something like, "Are you a girl?"
No. Yeah, he didn't. He feared I would really take that up as my mainstream profession. He didn't really. Want
What's
me
wrong
to.
with that? So long as you're happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, ask his
The
daddy.
advice that he gave me was you get a degree and then do all this stuff because you have a backup then. That was like a really good point that he made.
Yeah. That's,
Okay.
that's a good
You have something to fall
fall back
to.
to.
Yeah, fall back to.
Right.
Yeah, but then, I mean, yeah, going back to the Shark Tank thing. Have you watched the Australian version?
No.
Yeah, I
Come
think
on,
Devil's
mate, come
Den.
on.
Den? Dragon's Den? Are you talking about Dragon's Den?
No, Shark
Shark
Tank
Tank, okay.
Australia. Come on, mate. What you doing, mate? Even all of them have such a thick accent.
Yeah, still.
It's really funny to watch.
Yeah.
And there's this thing that when some founder comes in and they have a product which competes with the other sharks stuff, they don't give funding on that. So there was this debate, I think, recently on the Indian version that some competitor came in. So there was this boat founder Aman Gupta was one of the sharks. I think he's
The boat speaker.
boat speakers that we have. So he's a shark this season as well. But last time there was this company Hammer which came in. So Hammer also does things in. So their main products were headphones and smart toothbrush, whatever, and such similar things.
Right.
But yeah, the main part was
Your breath smells terrible today, Steve.
okay. Yeah, but the main point was about the headphones. So they see a competitor. So right there, boat bought Hammer. Okay. So he was like, Aman Gupta goes like, मैं आपको इतना दूंगा पूरा 100% खरीद लेने के लिए. And then the other sharks are like, okay, let's have some fun. So we will give you this much and like let this guy be the king in this kingdom. we will make another kingdom on the side. And like that was a really good thing that we saw. But eventually the guy sold his company to this shark, Aman Gupta, and then Ashwini Grover was like, "Kya yaar, tu haar gaya?" As in, you lost. You should not have given up your entire company. Maybe you didn't have the will to follow it and all that. I mean, no.
But he will get crushed if he goes against a
no
competitor already in the race.
No, you can create another.
Like if you are competing with Amazon, you will get crushed like anything. That's what they say in the US version too. If you're competing with Amazon, you'll get crushed. Like the same way, if
So
you're
do you
competing
think-
with boat, you'll get crushed.
Do you think you'll get crushed with both?
You'll get
Because-
bought up in
no,
like
no,
2
no,
or
no,
3
no, no.
months.
So I think. See, why will they buy you? Because they fear you.
Or they just want to get rid of you.
No,
Hmm.
because they fear you.
Yeah, okay, but
No, actually, there was this narrative that I think their product was better than both.
okay.
Oh.
I mean, better in some sense, like. So actually, one shark.
Better in the sense that it can brush your teeth.
No, no.
Because boot doesn't offer that.
One shark straight up asked like this question: if I play some video on the boat, or play some audio on the boat headphone, and the same audio on the hammer headphone, which would be better? So there's this founder of boat, founder of hammer, and
A blind test would have been really good here.
I mean, I don't think. I mean, come on, man. Okay, the hammer guy will bring his headphones. Why will the boat guy bring his headphones?
You know, maybe the hammer guy brings it out to advertise.
Competing products, but I think that's defamation as well. Is that?
Is that legal? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you can't bring up another company's stuff like.
That's what Pepsodent did a few years ago, isn't it? They made that advertisement with Colgate. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. And I was asking my parents how can they do
Yeah,
that.
I was asking about it. They had an advertisement where it was like Colgate, and they very specifically stated Colgate Pepsodent, and Pepsodent clearly works better, so buy Pepsodent. Wow.
Yeah, but the point is, so he was like, he didn't give a direct answer to that question. So obviously, I think that's also kind of. So okay, he's obviously not confident about his product, but he's also kind of respecting the presence of the leader of his own industry, right? So yeah, that's there. But the point is that so when competitors come in, sharks usually don't invest in those companies.
Right.
They just end up saying something like, "Oh, you will get crushed. Just leave it," or you can go find funding somewhere else. And I think there are these off the TV deals as well.
Right. Yeah.
So they meet eventually after the show, and they end up still investing in the company. So the fights that happen on TV. So I guess more or less all the sharks who fought for the company, I think they eventually get it.
Right, yeah.
Right. Well, this was a lot of fun, but I think
Yeah.
we've taken enough of your time.
Every good thing must come to an end, right?
Yeah, all good things must come to an end.
Yeah.
We should figure out a way to end this.
We should.